What I'm having is not, it is local. Is having the boa. I think we can all see and compare from the physical features these animals have. This one has smaller ears, and this one has the dropping ears.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Agro Times. I'm Bibi Olivia as usual. Today we visited the farm. They will tell us its name, but we are here. We've come to give technical advice on our fellow youth on his demonstration farm. And I'm not alone. I'm with my friend, the loved one, Tefe Grace. You all know him when the session is over, soybeans in Ibugiri. So we are in Vaitambogwe, sub-county. I think this is Mayuge district, Bugodi particularly. They will give us detailed information about this place. So here is the farm, and this is our fellow youth. He can introduce himself.
Yes. I am Westbro.
Where are we?
We are in Bugodi village, Vitambogwe sub-county, Malga district, Eastern Uganda.
And this farm?
Godisville mixed farm.
So, guys, I'm getting back to the camera. I'll be behind the camera. Tefe is the one taking us through this session as he gives technical advice to this farmer. We farm together and we are learning together. Stay connected.
Our viewers, as usual, this is Alex Grace Tefe, Agriculture Extension Officer. Today I have visited my friend at his farm. We are in Baitambogwe sub-county, Mayuge district. The village is called Bugodi village. I'm glad to have you all. Let us enjoy together. We learn together. We learn together. Thank you so much. So we are going to intervene with him to take us through what he has so far done. So he's leading us to some of the things that he's doing, all the enterprises. So I request you to attentively listen and learn. Let us have a meaningful session. I love you all. We are now at the goat unit. So here is our structure. As you are seeing, we have goats indoor. We put them inside in order to protect them against intrusion, predators, and the other threats that could come in, like theft. At least they are somehow secure while inside. As you see, our structure is not that modernized, but it is having all the qualities of a good goat house. So even you there, you can still use the local available materials like the wood. We have the wire mesh, that one we just go and buy. Like the way you are seeing, it is not so that modern, but it can give us the best to our animals. So here are our goats. We are going to see how they are. We compare the exotic and the local, but we are starting with the local. We see what they are and how they look like. We see how they have been managed. So I will ask him some questions and he will have to respond so that we learn together. So as I have told you, these are some of the local breeds or the castle goats that we are having. Like you were seeing, we keep them inside here. However, the mothers are castle goats, but there was a crossbreeding to have these ones here. I think you can compare and see that there is a difference between the mothers and the kids that they have produced. So I'm taking back the microphone to our host to take us through. So I will be posing questions to him and he will be answering to them. So, Aaron.
Yes.
How did you start up this? How did you come to have this? Why don't you okuba n'ekintu kino? Why don't you okuba nado? Like, we need a brief history on how you started the goat unit.
Yeah, well, I started with one mature goat and 2 kids. Unfortunately, the first 2 kids, which were male, were stolen because these goats were still sleeping outside. So I decided to start this simple structure such that I could protect these goats from the harsh conditions or the harsh weather conditions and the thieves.
Okay, I think we have all heard that. He started with one female goat which had 2 kids, the male ones. But however, by then, as you know, we start the journey slowly by slowly. He had not yet put in too much effort like we are having today. The goats were sleeping out. Like one day I came, I visited him, they were somewhere under the tree. So unfortunately, thieves came and took away the kids and they left the mother, not so?
Yeah.
So he thought wiser and had to come up with such a structure. So as we are seeing, there is now an improvement. Goats were out, were stolen. He thought of having a structure, and we are now having more than what he had and in a secure place. So that is simply about the history of the farm. Then he thought wiser and he thought about crossbreeding. Like, as we all know, we need the profits and we need advancement in whatever we do. Started with local breeds, but thought of having exotic ones. And we are going to have that. There is something as that he has done to get the exotic on farm. So we are going to look at them, and they are just near here. Some are here, then I will show you another one that is there. So let me also ask him, how did you get these ones?
Yeah, when you look at this yard, most of the animals are still kids. Most of the kids
Continue.
Most of the kids were produced by the other adult one, which I started with. And to take you back a little, someone can be somehow perplexed that how did it come that they stolen the kids and they never stolen the mother. It was like this. When this mother was pregnant, I decided to put it inside a small structure. Actually, it was like a kitchen or a small room. So, since these kids were almost mature and they were in puberty, they wanted to mount their mother. So the boys at the farm decided to put the kids outside. That's how the kids were stolen. Most of the kids here have been produced by the other initial stock. Yeah. Then some other goats have been buying them from the local markets at the affordable prices during times when parents want to take back their children to school in Jan, in Feb. And the initial mother produced a kid and the kid also produced. That is how I'm increasing the number slowly by slowly.
Okay, thank you so very much. I think we have had that session, how he got the goats and how the number has multiplied. Now back to me, we are having the exotic other, the exotic breeds, the improved ones. Here we are having Mubende goat. No, I'm sorry. We are having the Boa goat. This is the Boa goat, and others were there. I think we also the male one and the other one. So we are having 4 Boas, not so Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are having 4 Boas, and here we are having one of the kids. I think you can see it. This is one of the kids this mother has produced. So we are seeing progress. This is an exotic breed, and we think in the future or in the next time, as we move forward, we will have more of this compared to the local ones, simply because the exotic are highly profitable compared to the local ones. The Castle and this one have differences. This is an improved breed. I think we can also see, just by a physical observation, we see that there is a difference between this one and this one. So let me make a comparison for you, Aaron. You can have this. We compare for these people what we are talking about. So this is what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm having is not, it is local. Is having the boa. I think we can all see and compare from the physical features these animals have. This one has smaller ears, and this one has the dropping ears. This one has the dropping ears. They are falling off. This is how it is. Or this is their nature. And that is an improved other boa. But the local one, it is having this type of ears. So if someone is coming to buy, the price the person will buy this one is more higher compared to the person who is buying this. This will accumulate a smaller income compared to this. So we always encourage our farmers out there, please do what we call breeding, improvement in breeding. You can do cross breeding. Like he talked about this. He brought exotic to mate or to reproduce with the local ones to have this. So we are having an improvement in the breed that we are having. From local, we are now having the boas and also having these improved locals because this one is not a typical local goat. So we encourage you farmers to take a keen eye during breeding or mating of your animals. It is not good to only have the local breeds. It is better for us if we are to get something better to have a cross breeding. You have the boa mating with your castle or the local goat. It will give you a more improved breed. So that is what we always encourage. Then another thing on the structure, like he told you, we are having a structure made from the locally available materials. We see we are using most of the materials here are wood. So we are having wood well established. So we encourage you also to copy the same. Use wood, get a technical person to advise the construction team to establish for you something. So as simple as that, we have now seen how our goats are. We have gotten the brief history about them. So we are now going to take you to where they feed from. He will take us through what he feeds these animals on. These animals don't stay here, not so. So please take us through this. How do you have these animals here? Do they sleep here or only or they also stay here during the time? You take us through that.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, in addition to that, when you look at those two kids, this one is approaching 3 months. This one is going to make 2 weeks on Thursday. Tomorrow, but one it's going to make 2 weeks, but the other one.
It is almost the same size with this one.
Yeah. One of the reasons as to why we would like to improve the breed, it's because the exotic breeds
they grow faster
than the local ones. And they reach market size or market weight easily or quickly or quicker than
the local ones.
Yeah.
So remember, I think we have heard from him. It is making 2 weeks on Thursday. Just one day after tomorrow, it will be 2 weeks. This brown one, the local one, it is now 3 months. But just imagine in 3 months, how will the other one be? So he told us he wants to improve or wants to improve the breeds simply because they grow very fast. They have a fast growth rate. Then another thing, they have a high reproduction rate. The mother will go on heat within like 2 months, it will have gone on heat. So we have advantages of cross breeding. For example, the breed that is good, that is exotic, grows very fast, has a high growth vigor. We have proved that physically. This one is growing faster than this. Then another one, they are profitable compared to these ones. In case you are selling them, you get higher incomes compared to the local ones. Then another thing, they have a higher feed conversion rate. The feeds that they are fed on are easily broken down into the useful nutrients by the animal's body compared to the local ones. Then another thing, they are easy to handle. They are not always harsh. They are always calm. These animals are always docile compared to these ones. So he's going to take us through where they eat from and how the feeds are given to these animals so that we know. So we have first looked at the structure where the animals are. We need the iron sheets. We must have iron sheets. Let me take you through the qualities of a good goat house. It should be well roofed. We are seeing the roof is not leaking. It should have a rain-proof cover. This is the iron sheet. It should have a well aeration. We are having the gaps here and the wire mesh. air can easily come in and move out. So there are no cases of respiratory issues. The animals are getting respiratory issues. So I think it should have a flow that enables it, that maintains the hygiene. For example, here the wood has been split or put in a way that if they urinate, the urine will go down. Then if these animals are passing out the dung, it goes out. It even makes cleaning very easy for the workers to clean for the animals, because the sweeping is done and the residues go direct to the ground. However, Aaron, when constructing another structure, at least make sure it is higher than this to enable people who are working under there to do their work effectively, because it is somehow shorter. There should be a reasonable height from the ground. Kiri wansi ino kiba kyetaagisa kyaba nga kiri kuukuukuuku waigulu, at least kyatandikira kuuku oba nga wano eno, ng'omuntu asobola okuyikamu okujja yayeyayo yakola ki yabayo. So members always take a keen conscious on the measurements when you're establishing such structures. It should have a reasonable height for easy cleaning of the ground. I think that is taken.
Yeah.
Because it is shorter. Chikali once.
We started with this because we always have to start small. It was just like an emergency structure, because they were going to steal our herd, yet it was increasing day by day.
So that is one of the things that we should take a keen next time. Otherwise, I think we are good to go. Then another thing, while we are having these animals, you will ask, some animals are having ropes, others are not. This is a kind of zero grazing where we don't do tethering, because that is tethering, where we have ropes on animals and tied on the poles or the posts. So I think, do they disturb you here? Like
No.
From here, they just go. Don't they know where they go?
One of the reasons as to why some are having ropes is that some are bullies, and these ones, when you look at these two, this one is pregnant, and even this one is pregnant. When you look at our grazing yard, the other paddocks, they almost have one type of pastures. So the reason as to why we have ropes on these two goats and the others which are pregnant, it's because when it reaches the time for taking them to feed, we take them outside in the fields where we have already harvested some crops, such that they can eat
a variety of
pastures. Yeah.
I think that we have learned something also. These ones with ropes are pregnant. They need special care, or they need to feed on a balanced pasture. So they take them out, and they are tethered. They get a variety of nutrients from the different pastures that they feed on. Those are the legumes and some other grasses, which is not a major necessity to these ones which are just growing. I think that is noted. So kindly take us where these animals feed from. I think it is the other next quarter.
Yeah.
But members, we encourage you to start. However small you are starting, there are never doubt a small beginning. We started with 3, but we are having more than that today. We are having more than that number. So however small you are, please start. Things work out, because we are now seeing so very many benefits here. In a smaller plot, we are having very many animals kept. Just assume the measurement of this structure. We are having more than 10 goats. Then we are seeing manure, cow dung and urine. The feed residues from here, which we can also use in the garden behind here for manuring. And this is organic, and it is what we need. So thank you so much. He's heading us to the grazing yard where these animals feed.
Yeah. Well,
So Aaron, we are proceeding. At what time do these animals feed?
We take them out at 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Why do you take them so late?
We don't take them late. Or
because if you were to consider our time, that is late. Even if it is you can't reach sawa munana, sawa mwenanga tonalya.
Just like any other animal or any other domestic animal, you can train it.
So you have trained it
depending
at that time.
On your reasons. The reason as to why we take them at 2 or 3, it is to ensure that we collect enough manure as much as possible. Because
they stay here for longer hours, the whole night and that half day.
Yeah.
Point noted.
Such that we can collect the manure which we take to our banana plantation and our vegetables. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Then another thing why animals or goats have to be taken at a later hour of the day is that you'll find that some pathogens or some harmful insects harbor in the pastures. And when these animals eat them, they can cause digestive disorders like a bloat and some toxins which sometimes kill these animals. So we take them at a later hour when the sunshine has already come, like sawa musanvu. At 1 it is okay, midday it is okay. But remember he told us he trained them in that time. His time ranges from 2 to 3. So you can also train yours at your own time, but make sure sunshine has come and those pathogens or the harmful insects have run away because of the sun heat. Then another thing, whenever we take these animals very early in the gardens to eat or in the grazing yards, that dew, omusulo, called the dew, it harms their mouth. There is a way it causes wounds. It causes wounds to these animals. How? These animals will start eating, and some of these grasses have sharp blades. So they will start cutting or injuring these animals. So that is one of the things why we don't take the animals very early to the field. Then another thing, taking them at a later hour helps to increase the feeding efficiency. These animals, remember, after a long day or the 7 hours of the day, they will be hungry. When they reach the grazing yard, they will vigorously feed quickly and they will eat so very fast. Within like 2 hours, the animal has eaten and it is okay. It has gotten satisfied. Being here,
these animals chew cud, so they eat faster.
So it helps to increase the feeding efficiency in the garden, in the field. So speed so within a short period of time, they are satisfied. You can give them water, bring them back. So we can proceed out there so that our viewers see what we are doing. To our viewers still, we have now reached the grazing yard where our animals feed or they are home during the daytime. This is where they always come for feeding. So, as you are seeing, animals need feeders and troughs where they can take water from. Like you have plates and cups, bottles. Animals also need the water sources and the feeders. So here is our wooden trough or feeder where we put the feeds. But he's going to take us through which feeds he gives the animals or the goats. Here is our drinker. You may call it it is a drinker. So our animals take water from this. As they are eating, when they feel they need water, they come and take water from the basin. So we encourage you viewers, please do what you have to do. Do the right things. Make sure your animals have a good feeder and a good drinker. Should be kept well, observing the levels of hygiene. It will take us through. The feeder has to be cleaned regularly in order to avoid contamination and food poisoning. The same to the drinker. So as we have told you, we are a starting enterprise. We have not so much done the advancement and the higher technologies in what we are doing, but we have started small as you are seeing. So Aaron, back to you. Kindly take us through which feeds do you give these animals to eat so that our viewers can know what to feed to the animals, because some of us don't know what to do. But if we see things physically, we can learn better and implement the same practices. So kindly take us through which types of feeds do you give to these animals or which pastures they feed on.
Yeah, thank you. The major pasture here is pasture. They graze around, and since I told you that these goats are on semi-intensive, they graze on the pasture. Then sometimes we bring the napier or giant panicum. The napier mu Lusogani betweta engada. Then panicum, it's emikonzikonzi oba emikonzi gyalina gyaife gino egyaki egya bulidde egivaamu obweyo. Yeah.
So I think we have heard that. Apart from the napier and the mikonzi and the pasparam as we are seeing here, which other supplement do you give to these animals? Like some farmers give banana peelings, maize bran. Which other do you give?
Yeah, since we grow our maize here, sometimes we give them maize bran. Sometimes we pick desmodium from the gardens and bring it here for the goats.
So I think you have all heard that. There are some other feeds that you give them, like the banana peelings, the maize bran. I think that is have now been taken through what the animals feed on. Those beautiful goats that you have seen inside, they feed on napier grass, mikonzi. What did you say it is?
Panicum.
Panicum. You also have this pasparam because they are on semi-intensive. He leaves them to move around this cage as you are seeing. It is demarcated. He adds them maize bran because he's producing maize here. He takes it for processing. He gets maize bran. Then the peelings, also the food residues, for example, from bananas, potatoes, are also feeds to these animals. Then the water, I think we give them water, not so?
Yeah.
This pure water. Do you have anything that you put in the water?
Sometimes we put there salt or molasses.
Sometimes they put molasses in the water or salt. So someone may ask, what is the importance of molasses? Or what is the importance of salt in animal feeding? First of all, salt helps us to increase the appetite for the animals, or the palatability of the feed. For example, if it is put there in the feeds, for example, if salt is added into maize bran, the goat or the animal will take more of the bran because of the salty taste in the bran. That is increasing palatability. Palatability is a word that means the willingness of the animal to take in a particular feed. Like that animal will take a particular feed because of its palatability, the state of being wholesomely attractive or taken by the animal. It is what we call palatability. So the feed is made palatable when salt is added there or molasses. So we can also add molasses on the feeds direct, especially these dried ones, the hay or the peelings, whatever you are giving, you can put molasses, not even in water, but here. It even works out better when you put on the feed. So the water you give plain, we should work on that. It should be on the feed. It is like a salt. It is salt, so that feed will be taken much compared to when it is not having the salt and the molasses. Then the other thing, molasses and the salt have calcium, which is very important in milk production, bone strengthening, and general wellness of the animal's body or the animal's health. So we encourage you farmers to use the molasses on the animal feeds. It is like when you are eating tomato sauce, it is like an appetizer. You put it there for the animal to greedily take in the feed, but it also has nutritional importances like milk production in the feeding the lactating animals. We don't call them breastfeeding animals. Animals lactate that period when they are giving milk to the young ones or when they are giving milk, both in goats and cows. So the molasses and the salt are so crucial and important. If they were these animals like cows, it would be a mineral leak, a chisula. They would be leaking. But here we can use the table salt. Then another thing, don't give them this real table salt. Be buying those stone salt, the big one. mukatale oyo ow'amabaale oyo yes, that's a salt. It works out better for the animals than for the human salt, the table one. I think that is what we can talk about in this. So also someone out there, you can just demarcate a small piece of land like you are seeing where we are standing, and you put their feeders and drinkers so that your animals can be kept there than taking them outside. We can have it at a small scale like you are seeing Aaron has done, and we are doing, I think he's doing well. Don't you see there is an improvement between tethering and this?
Yeah, there is a great improvement. And since this is a mixed farm, but our dream is to have a demo farm, but we have to start small.
So we are going to look at that at the end. He will tell us the future prospects or the future plans of this farm. What is he expecting? What are they looking at after some time? So he will take us through that. Our viewers, here we are having our pasture establishment. This is the panicum that he was talking about, oba emikonzikonzi. It is a pasture called panicum. It is under grasses. This is not a legume. This is under grasses. So here we are at. It looks like this. So this is what he has established to reproduce it, to produce enough feeds for the goats. So this is panikamu oba emikonzikonzi mu lusoga luno olwaife ndowooza muli kubona. So next time when we come to check on him, we will follow up on how the growth will be. So I think you can also establish or multiply your pastures. Remember, for goat farming, I'm going to take you through in a summary what you must have. I'm saying it is a must because without it, you cannot have the animals. So I think we can take you through that. So point one, if you are ever thinking or you have ever thought of having a goat enterprise or animal enterprise, let me talk about animals generally, but specifically on goats. You must have the following. Number one, your mindset should be positive towards the animal keeping. What do I mean by this? You must accept in yourself, your mind and heart must accept that you are going to take such an enterprise. That is one, mindset change. Point two, these are the requirements that you must have. Number one, we talk about the breed of the animal. You should be aware of which breed that you are going to have at your farm. He first had the local ones, or the Kasolwe. He has now introduced in the Boas. So olina okutegeera ndija kulunda lulyoki breeds oluli omulusoga nja kulunda mbuzi nzungu mbuzi nsoga olina okitegeera bulungi iwe kuba kikuwa plans, it give you plans on what to do and how the process will run. So breed of the animal olina okitegeera oluli olwogi okuva nalwo. We have housing. Like human beings have houses, those mansions, animals also need mansions or houses that are comfortable. We don't have to treat animals like animals in that layman's language. But these are animals. Goats must have their shelter or a unit where they are like Aaron established. And you should observe all the qualities that the structure must have. The ventilation, the roof, the floor. They must all be available. Don't come out one day and make something that is not a structure. Because if you want to start and you just put something, this structure, you should at least consider the basics, the roofing, the aeration, the floor. Point three is feeding. You must ensure, it is where we are now, you must ensure that you have a reliable source of feeds for the animals, because the animals need a balanced feed ratio. Feed ratio, I mean that like a food. The fodder, or the green plants that animals feed on are called the fodder. You must have a reliable source of fodder. Like this man, he has established this one. He had another one there when I came 1 year ago. He had one there where he has now transplanted to this. So you must have maize bran. We are now under feeding. You must have maize bran. You must have the pastures. Here we have the legumes and the grasses. The grasses include this coach grassy, this one that we are having. We have the napier grass and the others. Those one, there is the maize. It is under grasses. These give animals carbohydrates or energy. These are energy giving foods. So you must have them. Then we also have the proteins, like the desmodium. Those ones give them proteins. So you must have. And Aaron, please, thank you so very much for establishing the feed store or the feed source. Because there is no way he will fail to feed the animals. When the feeds are available, from here to the other quarter, animals will have to feed. So I think that is also put down. You have noted it. Then another thing, you should have extension service provider. You should have a person who will always come to give you technical support for your animals, just in case they are sick. So you must have a working doctor, or you must have a veterinary service provider to take you through this, to treat for you the animals. Because remember, most of us are not professional in animal medicine. We are not farmers. We did not do agriculture, but there are those people who specialized in agriculture, specifically doctors, those veterinary officers. You must have one person at least to take health care about the animals. If they are not working well, please consult. Let the person come and vaccinate the animal. They need deworming. They need treatment. Some get cases of reproduction. They have reproductive difficulties. You call the person, they operate the goat or the cow. So I think there are now 5 points. I talked about mindset change. I talked about housing, feeding, breed of the animal, then the extension service provider. Those are 5. You need labor. Number 6 is labor. Because most of us venture in these enterprises, but we are not always available on ground to see what is done. Some of us even take months without coming to the farms. But you must have those people who are friendly to the animals, who will take care of the animals, who love the animals, because the animals need close supervision. So labor is also part of that. Then another thing is the market. I think that is the last one, number 7. Of course, that one, in the animal, it is not a problem, because if you have your animals, you cannot fail to get a good market for them. Aaron, can you fail to get a good market for them? For the animals? Anyway, which people do you think can buy from you these animals? Kindly take us through that.
Yeah, goats have a high equity value. In that, when you want money, what's the time right now?
Let me check that time. It is 10.
It's 10. When I want money, by 11, I'll be having that money.
So in simple terms, you have read the available market.
There is ready market. But for us, at the moment, we are not targeting the local markets of these people who cut to take to the butchers. For us, we are having a dream of having a breeding farm. That's why we are improving our breeds gradually.
Okay, thank you so much. I think you can have this concluded at the moment. Thank you so much for the initiative. We are really grateful to have you today and to see what we are seeing today. From the day you came here, it is now 1 year. A lot has been changed. More there is much improvement. Because I didn't leave the structures. I left you with only 5 goats. You are having 10 and above. Like, there is too much of the development here. So, fellow viewers and fellow farmers, businessmen who want to venture in these projects, please take a courage and please always refer to these people. Be encouraged by the lessons that we learn together. He started very small and is now progressing. Gradually, we are moving. Thank you so much for listening. We meet in another episode. Bye-bye.
So, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. It was interesting and so formative. We've learned something. Me, I myself have learned something. However much I know, but I've learned something I never knew before in a goat farming. I'm also an inspiring farmer in goat farming. So It was interesting. To farmers out there, don't fear to start. Always start. We are used changing the African narrative. I think we should end this episode at this point. We are going to showcase also poultry, but we are going to be seeing this. This session is in episodes, in series, because we cannot show each and everything on this farm in one video, and we have to learn. So guys, let's learn together. We are going in for poultry farming.